Alright, doing this video over. I only wasted 60 seconds. I mean, I started, but I hit the button by mistake. Wrong button. Anyway, Professor Anton reply video. He's all kind of pissed off at us because we're not arguing about the right stuff, or we're not talking about the right stuff, and we're not seeing what should have the emphasis and what shouldn't. Well, anyway, we're doing it wrong, but he will not describe what right is, what the right conversation humanity should be having is. And instead, he just uses this ridicule technique of laughing, as if that we can argue with his laughter. No, I can't do much with that. But anyway, so I'll play his video and we'll see where we go. But it was pretty frustrating.
I want to pick up the discussion I've been having about what I'm calling the invisible monkeys that are haunting YouTube. And I still do think that. I think the Amazing Atheist video, which I really appreciate him shooting as a video, or at least posting that up as a video response. Look at the number of people who deliberate in a manner that is bordering on absurd. The notion of God as a guy, like a dude or a person, a being who has character.
Okay, so wait a minute. So he's ridiculing people who argue with theists because to argue with a theist is somehow to acknowledge that that God exists. I don't think that's what they're doing in the first place. And to talk about like it's a notion. This is a notion that owns most human psychologies on planet Earth. You do understand that, don't you? That 9 out of 10, at least, human beings on planet Earth are possessed by this notion of the God thing, and that you're ridiculing people who will engage in this argument and attempt to find methods to get to the roots of whatever's holding them to that crap. And somehow they've committed the crime. The crime is to find fault with the belief in the bullshit that you're laughing at. You're laughing at the notion of. I don't understand that. And so no, your technique is much better. Just laugh at them. That's the way to. Oh, I get it. Don't argue with them. Just laugh at them. I mean, if it'll work, I'll do it.
Heuristics and volition and pays attention to things and lets things happen. All of this kind of stuff. It's what Kierkegaard called trapping God in the throes of finitude. Now,
yeah, well, Kierkegaard, I think he's just as funny as the God notion. Trapping God in the throes of finitude. So I have to accept the existence of this thing that we can trap, this God thing. It's not just a delusion of crazy people that they made up. No, there's actually a God. They just misidentified him. He's not God like I am that I am, I have a beard. No, he's God like I'm a unicorn. I fly around the universe and shit, little planets with living things on it. That's what comes out. A little sparkle shit pops out of my ass, goes into the salty sea, and little fucking organisms grow out of it. Is that the new God? Please, be explicit.
What you're doing, again, the whole thing is thinking about God in terms of substance categories that we have here in life. But I mean, God, what one could intelligibly mean by God would have to be nothing like that. It couldn't be a being, couldn't be a substance.
Intelligibly. Okay, so we're supposed to now, like I said, so you're saying that the concept of God is okay, that we can intelligently deal with it as a concept. The idea of deliberate creation or intelligent creation. Okay? That's okay. It's just having the idea that the creator has a essence of some kind, a spirit, or a psychology, or manifests some deliberation. He does things on purpose brilliantly, but he doesn't deliberate. He doesn't think. He doesn't will. He doesn't do anything of the things that humans are associating with intelligence because, frankly, this is how intelligence gets built. You don't have intelligence unless you first have an organism that needs intelligence. Yeah, that's the magic of it. Nothing has intelligence that didn't need to have it. Get it? Only intelligent things can make intelligences, and the only way it can come from crude forces is that first it has to create need for it.
This is why you can say, if God's all-powerful, can God create a rock that's so heavy that even he can't lift it. This is the way that you show the trap of what time is and how you...
Yeah, well, whatever. That trap doesn't even catch most theists, most people who believe in a God, because their God is capable of a mistake. Okay, he's perfect in just, well, you know, he's really good. Okay, but he's not perfect, obviously, because he made Satan and he's made mistakes in the past, and so he made covenants and said, oh shit, I overreacted and I really don't want to do that. I mean, you know, he's human. We are created in his image, so obviously his image is not perfect. Get it? So let's not get caught up in words, because the theists will just throw your word games right back in your face and say, oh, well, no one's saying he is never made, he doesn't have any psychology. Of course God has a psychology.
You couldn't have a notion of a God that's somehow in time. Or if that would be in time, it wouldn't be what we mean by God. I would want to move toward what I would call recognition of the eternal. Okay?
Yeah, recognition of the eternal, but eternal doesn't mean forever, right?
So if I say recognition of the eternal, I don't mean the indefinitely ongoing. I don't mean some sort of super fantastical forever. If people hear me say that life is eternal, I think they think I'm saying something like an afterlife.
Well, look, you're supposed to be a college professor on language. How the fuck can you just abuse words like this and not expect somebody to react to you and say, what kind of fucking game are you playing, professor? You do know what common definitions of words are. You know how words are commonly used. Now, why are you trying to take words that have common definitions, throw them into your sentences with completely new definitions, and expecting everybody to say, oh yeah, I get exactly what you're saying? I mean, that's not going to fucking work.
Hey, look, the terror, and this is so much of what Becker is talking about, you know, Becker's work, the terror is that we are animals who are going to die, and that's just the fact.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's not the only thing that worries us, though. What worries us is we grow old, you know, we don't get laid, and, you know, we get all kinds of intestinal troubles and other things that happen to us, and fucking cars hit us, and I have a bad wrist. I have a little funky problem in my wrist. It hurts. We have a lot of fucking problems that we worry about.
The issue, you can say the larger issue is, can you courageously accept the hardship and to see it as part of the deal?
Right. So can you, like an ignorant, dumb retard, accept having somebody smear cat shit on your cupcake? Now, obviously the retard can accept it because the retard doesn't know cat shit's not something to eat. But yeah, can you take your intelligence and throw it out and accept that human beings have world wars and that human beings steal from each other and human life is unfair and that little kids get cancer and 2 million kids go blind for lack of vitamin A while we, you know, create genetically mutated dogs to feed turkey to, and what the fuck? Yeah, can you accept all the shit and don't even complain about it? Now, don't make any fucking videos complaining, goddammit. Do you have the courage to do that? Just swallow all the crap and just say, oh, what a great party. Let's do it some more. Yeah. Fuck that shit.
For me, when I talk about the monkey, you know, if you want to get out the iPod-ready gamma ray to dispel the invisible monkey that is haunting those people who claim to be atheists.
Oh, and so how are you, and what are you pulling out? You're pulling out the little leprechaun magic poofty club and saying, well, I'm just going to make you all poofty so you don't understand the fact that life is a piece of shit, that it's built on a Frankenstein model, that it has huge deficits and liabilities built into it, that it's it's not just imperfect, it's functionally crap. It's inefficient clunker. It's a clunkeronic 5000. And you want everybody to think your clunkeronic 5000 is some kind of magnificent thing. Let's all go back to nature, you know, and pick ticks out of our anuses. Yeah, that kicks fucking ass. Bullshit.
They're really kind of recovering Christians. What you do is you assault death fear. I think you come at it right head on.
Right, you come at it right head on by pretending it doesn't exist. That's how you face it head on. You just say, oh God, let's not even think about that. Yeah, let's not even think about that liability of life and just pretend it doesn't exist. Bravo. How courageous of you.
Say, look, we're animals who are going to die, and we're the product of natural evolution. Now, once you get fully...
Product of natural evolution, which is what? Now, that's the synonym for God, right? I mean, now I'm finally understanding your vocabulary. The synonym for God is natural evolution. Okay, so that's God's real name. It's not I am that I am, or whatever, Jehovah, or Islam Bob. No, none of those names fit. No, God's real name is natural selection.
on board.